Peace and blessings to the good energy people. How y'all doing? What's good? Haven't seen y'all in a while. Much love and respect. A lot going on. Well, we're going to just get into real quick. Don't even want to make a long intro, but I do want to say peace to everybody. And I hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's fine. Much love to each and every last one of you guys, man. Been a cold damn week. It's been a cold few days. It's been freezing. This morning was like, I would say 13, maybe 14 degrees early this morning. Yeah, really, really, really cold. So definitely buckle up, button up, and dress warm and keep that good herbal tea and all that good stuff in the body to keep yourself right, fresh and healthy. Yeah. But just like you guys, I've seen and witnessed that video regarding the lady who was burned on the train. And I want to say peace and blessings to the family, whoever that family member is. That was a very tragic situation, man. But before we get to that, we're going to go into the situation with Tia Mowry. What's going on with her and her ex-husband is just popping up in the feed. Someone also sent me some things regarding her supposedly, allegedly proposing marriage back with her ex. What did you guys think about that? But before I go on with those two stories, I would like for you guys to please do me the favor and smash the like button and share button. What's good with you? Blessings to the family who, yeah. So if you can do that, it's very much appreciated. All right. So I'm going to get right on in it. Let me just look at this real quick. It's cold outside, man. It's cold. If you can hear me, please just chime in, press 1 in the chat so I can know that you hear me. Make sure the sound is right. I really appreciate it if you can do that. Let me go grab some water real quick and I'll come right back. Thanks. So just let me know if you can hear me if you are here. I'll be right back. Yep. If you're here, do me the favor. Just put a 1 in the comment board to let me know that you hear me, that I'm not going to be talking without no sound. So let me know that the sound is here, okay? Just put a 1 in the chat. Thanks. I really appreciate it if you can do that. Peace, blessings. So what we're going to get into this morning, tonight, I was going to do this tomorrow morning. So that's why my mind is stuck on the morning. But we're going to get into the subject about the young lady who got burned on the train alive. And we're going to get into Tia Mowry supposedly, allegedly wanting her husband back. I guess they saying that because she seemed like she is basically feeling regretful in a sense, because the emotions is everywhere. And you can hear it even in her show. You can hear it on some of the live she's done. It seems like that she's basically, regretting the situation. All right. Once again, I want to know if you can hear me. So if you're here, please put a 1 in the chat so I can know that. Thank you so much. I need to know if you can hear me. Okay, cool. Thank you, Ursula. I appreciate you chiming in. Candace, much love, peace, and blessings. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate it. Blessings, blessings. Yeah, so that's the thing with Tia. And I don't know if you feel that, if you can see that, but I like the fact that women are actually calling situations out and sometimes hearing things from men. A lot of times, young women can't take things from men because they were taught that about the older women, you know, not to take it from a man, information, guidance, or, you know, perspectives and things of that nature. Sometimes us as men, we don't put it out there right, supposedly. And a lot of times it has a lot to do with what goes on, the situations they have dealt with men in their life. So coming from a man is kind of like difficult. So what I'm going to do is play a reaction. I'm going to react to this video. I was going to react to old girl Raya TV, but I think I'm going to do this one. Celeb T. Okay, so she broke this down. I'm just going to listen to it. I listened to maybe 3 or 4 minutes of it, and I'm going to listen to it with you at the same time, so this way it's fresh. Okay, in my head. Let's go. Here we go. And you let me know if you feel that Tia feel like she regret the situation with her husband. Because a lot of times, you know, sometimes you get your friends around you and you get friends that are single and they giving you their input on what you should do or what you shouldn't do regarding your relationship. And then when you turn around, you be like, wow, you know, you start feeling like, did I make the wrong decision? Especially when you were coming out talking about how you wanted your family to be together, 2-parent household and things like that. You basically, you know, this is something you wanted. This is the morals you had when you got into the relationship, when you got married. And then you took the initiative to break the marriage off because you was in your feelings about certain things. You might have been feeling like you're missing some things that you seen your girlfriends experience, and you wanted to experience those things. And it wasn't about nothing else but feelings. You know what I mean? So let's listen to this Celeb TV. Shout out to Celeb TV, by the way.
Happens because it makes me feel like I've made a mistake. I don't want to be alone, you know. So when I'm going through these challenges, sometimes you want to go back. The only person that I ever loved in my life was my ex.
Oh, honey, let me spill the tea because Tia Mowry just got hit with a metaphorical slap across the face, and it's all coming from her ex, Corey Hardrick. Can you believe it? Sis actually proposed to Corey again. Yup, she's trying to rekindle that old flame, but Corey wasn't having any of it. He straight up denied her proposal, leaving Tia with nothing but regrets about that divorce she pushed for.
I hate when this stuff happens because it makes me feel like I've made a mistake.
A mistake of what?
Of getting divorced.
Notice how the friends or whoever that was, I don't know who that is. I don't know if these are her girlfriends or not. I'm not too familiar with all her girlfriends and nothing like that. I know she just came out with a new show, and I don't know if these girls are on. I never watched the show, but y'all tell me. But yeah, notice how her girlfriend at the table says, make a mistake of what? Make a mistake doing what?
I hate when this stuff happens because it makes me feel like I've made a mistake.
A mistake of what?
They like, duh. Like, you know, looks like that type of chick that's single. You know what I mean? And they don't really care for women that are in relationships. They really don't. They may act like they do. But Tia seems like that type of chick who is kind of nerdy, you know, not familiar with the streets like that, with the slang, with the you know, the fast life. She seemed like a really good girl. You know what I mean?
Girl, stop.
And the girl is practically begging for that wedding ring back.
I haven't worn it for almost 2 years now, and it just doesn't feel right to sell it. But what I'm wanting to do is change my wedding band into something for my kids.
trying to pull all the moves to get her man back in her life. And let me tell you, it gets messier. Word is Tia even showed up at one of Corey's red carpet events, hugging him in front of everyone like she was trying to make a statement. Look at me, I still love him. But guess what? Corey wasn't falling for any of that public display of affection. Nah, he's too grown for that. He shut down every bit of love Tia was throwing his way.
I think rightfully so, because he put his heart in this, man. And he basically was talking about, at one time he did an interview talking about how his children is everything. He said he cried all year. You know what I mean? And he tried to basically fight for the marriage. He wanted to go to counseling and all that good stuff. And she didn't really want it.
Made it clear there's no way back for her, no matter how hard she's trying to crawl back into his heart. Sis even got hit with the coldest rejection when Corey allegedly said, "I don't need a mess like that again in my life." Ouch! Can you imagine? And to top it all off, Corey supposedly clapped back at Tia, accusing her of lying about their divorce drama. Y'all, this is like watching a slow motion car wreck. Tia's trying so hard to make things right, but Corey is just slamming the door on her at every turn.
It's different for everybody, you know, but I feel like my time is now, though.
Ooh, girl, Tia Mowry is looking a little salty about all the spotlight her ex, Corey Hardrick, is snatching up now that he's thriving post-divorce.
Never cheated, period. So there you go. You wanted your answer, so there you go.
I don't know if that particular post that he just did live, I don't know how long ago that was, but I think he was trying to, push back at some of the fans of her fans or whatever of him cheating, because that's one of the main things that sometimes people go on. So men are looked at as monsters if they cheated, but this is not the case with my man Corey. So he wanted to push back on that and said, no, that wasn't the case. So that's your answer.
All right, so get back to your business. So there you go. You got your answer. You got your answer, right? All right, cool. I ain't said that for 8 months, but I just answered you right there. So there it is. So that wasn't it. So you got something else to say? You got something else to say? All right, then. There it is.
Corey's out here making moves, just dropped a hot role in that blockbuster film Divorcing the Black, and trust, he's letting the world know he's back on these streets. Meanwhile, Tia's been keeping busy, hitting up TikTok with her dance challenges and voiceover reels about her single life, spilling tea on her new 401 phase since the split.
You actually see this as
a celebration.
A celebration.
I really do. I look at it as one of my friends, she sent this beautiful letter to me from a woman who got a divorce. And it's all about, this perspective, in my opinion, and just changing the narrative. My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation.
Wow. That was deep. It was a success, but at the end of the day, it was a graduation. I mean, notice how she got that scenario or that narrative from a friend.
There's a celebration.
Now, Corey's been playing it cool, staying low-key, while Tia's fans were throwing shade, calling him broke and saying he was living off her checks. They were shocked he let a queen like Tia slip through his fingers, staying low-key,
some
while
were even
Tia's
wondering
fans were throwing if he cheated, since she pulled the plug on their 14-year marriage out of nowhere. But now that Corey's got his finances in check and is raking in that dough, he's not about to let Tia drag his name through the mud anymore.
Lesson for the young men. Lesson for the young men. Your career, your goals is important. Stay on it.
He's ready to clap back at anyone who thinks he disrespected her or wasn't holding it down for his family while they were together.
My whole thing is my real life is my real life. And, I just I've never been that way. Even being in a situation married, I still never, I always protected my kids. And you know, I protected her as well, because I feel like that's a man's duty. You know, whether you're together or not, it's to always protect her, even though, no matter what's going on. I just don't, I don't fall into the pressure. Like, you can't pressure me into putting no one down and saying, this is what happened, or they did me like, never that, you know? It's always gonna be unconditional love with me.
But Tia, Tia was out here talking a whole lot of nothing, and folks were eating it up, rallying behind her when the divorce news hit the scene. Honey, back in 2022, it was Tia who dropped the bomb on Instagram.
I respect the fact that Corey played it real cool, man. Corey played it real cool, real talk. He played it cool, and the chips was falling in his favor. You know what I mean? By him playing it cool. So big up to my man Corey for that. Real talk.
And let me tell you, folks were shook. Just days before that post, she was all smiles, talking about Halloween plans with her fam, sharing those cute little moments with Corey. So, like, what happened, sis? The timing was just off, especially with her sister Tamara about to drop her memoir on October 4th, filing for divorce a day before. That's suspicious. Did she really think she could steal all that media buzz from Tamara? It makes you wonder what was so pressing that she had to end a 14-year marriage with a man she's known for over 2 decades. But listen, Tia acted like she graduated with honors from the School of Singlehood, flaunting her new life like she got her groove back, showing the world she was thriving without Corey. But now the narrative's shifting, and folks are starting to see that maybe Tia was the messy one in this situation.
Most times, you know, it's never looked as some of the women are the problem, because we have always felt that men are the problem. You know what I mean? And I like the fact that I like to see people like I think it's Riot TV, women who are speaking up for situations like this when they can peek and see how some women can be the demise of their own relationship or their family.
Give Corey Hardrick back to the streets. I'm like, girl, did you really give him back to the streets? Y'all couldn't take maybe 3 to 4 years apart, 5 years to kind of separate and come back to each other, because the streets, they're gonna welcome him with open arms. And what I'm seeing is that he's a good-looking man. You know, he's working. He seems like a good man, because since their divorce, I have not heard him say anything bad about her. She's thrown like a little shade here and there from her social media, from my point of view, because you can tell that they both hurting, that they love each other. But hey, she felt like the relationship no longer served her, so that's what it is. But I'm like, girl, I hope it wasn't a rushed decision. You're not gonna feel bad from a couple of years when he's like completely over you and have like someone new, you know, to rock with.
What y'all think? Y'all think they should get back? Do you think they should go ahead and get back? You think Corey should take her back? If being that she seemed like she really want him back the way she has been acting the past few months. So do you think they should get back? Put your comment in the comment board.
Now she's waking up to the reality that dating isn't all it's cracked up to be. Miss Girl has been out here venting about how slim pickings are in these streets. Meanwhile, Corey, he's keeping it low-key, not really getting into the drama. Corey's been out here posting videos on social media, trying to find his footing in this new chapter post-divorce, no longer waking up with his kids every day. I mean, being in a relationship since your early 20s, that's a long time to suddenly switch gears. Corey opened up about how he's been feeling, saying it was only by God's grace that he made it through that whole year of grieving. Imagine crying yourself to sleep every night. He had to focus on being a great dad to his beautiful kids, and you can tell the divorce hit him hard.
Because, you know, it's tough when it feels like you're going through something alone. No one understands. You know, no one's there for you. And it's just like, you know, when you're a man, especially a black man. It's like, oh, he's tough. He's strong. But you know, it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. You know, nobody see that. Yeah. Nobody see that. Yeah. You know, like, you know,
that's real. That's real.
Your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Corey Hardrick know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yes.
I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, by the grace of God, it's like I'm here and I'm still going.
This man's always been a family guy, so losing that structure he's had for 2 decades, that's a tough pill to swallow. But here's the tea. Corey came out of it stronger than he realized. He's doing way better than most of us thought. Jobs are rolling in, and he's got that post-breakup glow, making women on social media scratch their heads.
Yeah, being that he got that role with Tyler Perry, man, he came up on that.
Wondering how Tia could leave such a solid man, only to be out here dating these dusties. Plus, he just landed his biggest paycheck with Tyler Perry. It's Corey's time to shine and live his best life, while Tia, baby, she's feeling some type of way about it.
And it's crazy because I think months after they divorced, she was out there on the dating sites, you know, making sure she get them dates going, and they've been popping.
Oh my God. What is it like out there for a single woman?
Shot of tequila? No. No,
I haven't been single for 5 years, so I don't know what this world is like out there. But I know, but from what I see and from what I hear, it is tough.
It is very tough. I would say I've only been in the dating world for, I want to say 3 months.
So it sounds like she feel like she regretting the whole situation of getting out there dating again because it's a rough situation for women who been in relationships for years, damn near all their life, and then trying to do it over again, and it's not an easy thing because they see that the dating pool is all messed up, and this is a great example Tia is showing right here.
Now, and it is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I want to throw the towel.
She may be playing it off, laughing it off, but deep down inside, she's dead serious.
I'm like, what is wrong with, you know?
I've been made in film for 3 weeks. Really? Ever. And I worked on films 5 months, $75 million budgets. 3 weeks. That's why I say he's a gift from God. He's an amazing human being. From God, man.
And I don't think people realize, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm not in Hollywood, but doesn't that set a precedent? Once you get that, that's your
I hope so.
Your rate moving forward?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can just being honest. I hope so. I would love to, you know, double that or keep it pushing there and beyond. So, yeah, I feel like I'm on the right track for that.
Out of my peripheral, I saw
She's been all over social media trying to keep it real about her dating struggles, admitting it's way harder than she thought. Girl, Tia thought the dating scene would be a fun adventure, but it's turning into one horror story after another. And with folks rallying behind Corey, telling her she really fumbled the bag, you know she's feeling some type of way.
It seemed like her sister is the total opposite of her, too. Her sister seemed like she's a total different person.
No one wants to be reminded by a million strangers that they made a major mistake in their love life, right? Well, it looks like Tia couldn't just sit there and take the heat anymore. The moment she rolled out of bed at 6:32 a.m., she decided it was time to clap back. She hit the gram and said, quote, "Just because the dating life is complicated doesn't mean I'm going back to something that no longer served me. It's like saying if I don't book an audition or part right away, I'm going to give up on my dreams as an actor.
Wow.
Please just stop. I ain't that weak. Please move on because I have thank you next," end quote. But honey, people clocked her faster than you can say sister, and now they're dragging her online. The trolls are coming for her neck, letting her know that she can't just say whatever and expect everyone to back her up. It's wild out here, and the internet is not holding back. Congratulations, Tia is finding out the same thing that most married people already know: there is nothing else out here. N.1 commentator fired back, quote, "You really thought you could just leave Corey and be the main character? Girl, you're just a supporting role in your own drama now." Well, I guess Corey graduated with honors, because he's doing very well financially, professionally, and so on.
That's
End
deep.
quote. Another one chimed in,
Respect
quote,
to
"You
Corey.
left a good man for what?
For
A dating
standing
man?
in.
You must have lost your mind." I think she thought the grass was greener on the other side of marriage and didn't realize how bad the dating market is right now. Quote,
Wow.
Tia talked a whole
Deep.
lot when their marriage was crumbling, but if Corey hadn't stepped up to give us a peek into what was going on in his head during that time, folks would still be dragging him and side-eyeing him hard.
Oh, yeah.
But now
Definitely. So shout out to Corey for standing on business. And we're going to get into this situation with the the fire. But yeah, to the young brothers who are good brothers, man, you know, you hang in there, make things happen, man. Stay on your grind as far as your hustle is concerned. That's very important, man. When you feel like the sister that you may be dealing with is not feeling you and she go off and do other things, keep doing your thing. Stay on your grind. Stay on your grind. You know what I mean? Great example of that with Corey. Yeah. So here we are, and I really feel bad about the situation with the young person. I don't know if it was a lady or a man. It looks like it was a woman, but that was messed up, man, for people to basically walk by during this situation where this young lady was burning. And I was shocked to see that video. I know many of you were shocked to see that video. Once again, much love and respect goes out to the family.
In connection to the horrific attack on a New York City subway, the NYPD says a woman was sleeping on the train this morning before she was deliberately set on fire by another passenger. The woman, who is yet to be identified, has died. This is what authorities had to say on how technology played a factor in all of this.
Today's brutal murder was captured on one of those onboard train video cameras. It offered detectives immediately answers to questions that they had. What happened? It offered them images of the perpetrator. It allowed them to take those images and release them to the public. And it allowed the public to see something and say something. And that's why we're standing here now reporting that an individual is in custody, a person of interest is in custody.
So that's a blessing that their God is behind, you know what I mean? So he won't be on that damn train or doing stupid stuff anywhere else, because people are weird, man. And so that's a blessing that they did get him. And from what I understand, I don't know if they said that he is an immigrant. I don't know. But yeah, it seemed like they say he was an immigrant.
CNN's Gloria Pazmino has been tracking this story. What are these new details, Gloria?
Well, Jessica, extremely disturbing details that we learned from police officials just a short while ago. This happened early this morning around 7:30 at the Stillwell Avenue station in Coney Island, which is in Brooklyn. And this is the end of the subway line. Now, police tell us that there was a woman who appeared to be sleeping on the subway car. The subway car was not moving at the time. And then the suspect approached her, lit her on fire, apparently using a lighter. That's what we learned during the press conference just a short while ago. The woman immediately caught fire. She was engulfed in flames. And officers that were patrolling the station at that hour were able to respond and put out the flames. They were unfortunately not able to save her.
The crazy part is they said that they responded, but they must have responded really late, because, you know, the video that I seen, and you may have seen it also, I mean, she was standing there burning and smoking for a minute. I mean, there's a video out where a young man was actually videotaping, and that was a long time to be burning. And I know the video didn't start right there at the moment where the young man was videotaping, because she was already engulfed in flames. She was already in flames. So it had been started earlier than that. So the young lady was burning for a while. And then not only was she burning, she was standing, and then she was moving. She was walking here and there. So my thought was, hold up, how is she standing there and then taking steps? So automatically I figured either she was really had a lot of alcohol in her system or some type of substance, because anybody that burns like that, you're going to be in so much pain, and you're going to be screaming, trying to roll around and get that fire off you, running and everything. So evidently, you know, I think that may have been the case. But I also saw, you may have seen it, where the dude that actually did it was sitting down on the bench directly in front of the opening of the door, watching this lady burn. Now that was weird to me. So either he was mental, definitely had to be mental, because he sat there and people walked by. Police officers walked by. People walked by. I literally saw a dude, and man, if I could have kicked this dude just because he has his jacket off and fanning. He's fanning the lady with his jacket. I mean, how in the hell you sitting there fanning a flame, not realizing you actually helping the flame burn the person? You don't even realize you're helping the flame burn the person even more. Why wouldn't you take your jacket, throw it on her or the person, and throw the person down? And try to roll the person around and whatever, and pat the person down with the fire with your jacket. How you sitting there fanning, man? That was so, I was like, look at this ninja, man. I was shocked. And all he doing is yelling, oh, yo, look, he's burning. Oh my God, hey, burning. Somebody else got the camera, and you stand there with the camera. Man, come on, man. I couldn't really sit there and watch that without getting involved. I know a lot of you wouldn't be able to sit there and watch that either, man. But that's crazy. That's weird.
MS responded to the scene, and the woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, police really just were able to give a lot of detail, thanks in part to the cameras that were in the subway car. This is a relatively new thing here in New York City, Jessica, that we have nearly full subway cover when it comes to surveillance cameras. That was how they were able to get very good, clear images of the suspect, which they then arrested several hours later. One very important detail, which the law enforcement officials went into, is that they were able to disseminate those images through the media and the press, and then they got a tip from 3 young New Yorkers. So the police commissioner said that they were high school age, who saw the man and reported it to the police.
What's up.
They were able to make an arrest, and he is now in custody.
That's what's up.
I want you to take a listen to the police officials just describing this incident earlier this morning.
Someone who we believe carried out one of the most just depraved crimes one person could possibly commit against another human being. And it took the life of an innocent New Yorker. But at this hour, I am pleased to announce that a short time ago, alert NYPD transit officers took a person of interest into custody.
So a combination of technology and good old-fashioned police work there, Jessica, as well as New Yorkers who were paying attention and called it into that tip line. We are waiting to hear details on the charges that this person is facing.
Wow.
And of course, more details about the person who was killed in this absolutely senseless tragedy. Jessica?
All right, Gloria Pazmino, thank you very much. And joining us now is CNN Chief Law Enforcement and Intelligence Analyst John Miller. He was formerly the Deputy Commissioner of Intelligence and Counterterrorism for the NYPD. John, first, I just want to get your thoughts generally about this crime and how it all progressed throughout the day and the key role that officials...
You know, it's just weird how there's a lot of different things that's been happening as far as the subway. You know, I don't know if it's a certain spirit roaming around in America over the world, but it's a lot going on as far as murders. I mean, ladies, men, young men, people going to school, young women going to school. Y'all be careful, man, because on that train station, especially early in the morning, you don't know who you're around. You don't know what spirits and energies you're around. So it's very, very important that you be on the lookout and be careful and watch your surroundings as much as you can. One tip you should never get close to, and you should know this by now. You know, sometimes we like to go go to work, go to school, or travel, where we going, we get on that train and we get on the platform, and we stand close to where the train is coming. We stand on that deck and stand close. Nah, stay your behind in the middle somewhere with your back against something. You know what I mean? Or sit down in them chairs or something. Do not stand too close to where the railing is on the deck, because people are mentally ill and you don't know where it would come from. They're pushing people on the tracks. They banging people in the head with sticks. They stabbing people. They're doing all types of things. So you have to be very careful when you're in areas where there's a lot of people. You know, out of 500 people, you will get somebody. It's a possibility that you will get somebody that's a little off. And you don't want to be in the vicinity for them to do anything wrong or harmful to you. So be very careful of that. Especially you guys going to work early in the morning, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So be careful. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, man. And all types of stations too, not just in New York subway. Here's one that happened in Chicago. Look at this. See where she's standing? Look at where she's standing. And the back, that's why you stand up against something that's like a pole. See the pole? Put your back against the pole or stand back by the wall. Suspect just shove. I think that's a man. Shove the
You're
man.
going to begin with that shocking shove in the subway. Security camera video shows the situation as it unfolded on a platform at the East 149th Street station on the 6th line in Mott Haven.
Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burka speaking to the victim about the terrifying moments and what saved him. He's live in the Cobble Hill section of Brooklyn. Newt.
That's right, Bill. He felt 2 hands on his back, and the next thing he remembers is staring at the lights of an oncoming subway. The 400-ton train stopped just in time. Yes, he is grateful, but he's traumatized tonight. The northbound 6 train was rolling into the 149th Street station when the man was pushed. In this surveillance video, the suspect is seen pacing the platform.
This is stuff you got to look out for. You have to be watching. Sometimes you have to like literally look at a person and look them straight in the eyes like, not today, you know what I mean? Because, you know, that would change everything sometimes, because especially if they are looking at you, you know, you catch their eye, you know, you have to, if you're a young lady, you keep it moving, you move on, you know what I mean? But gotta watch your back. Gotta watch your back.
Victim is wearing a blue jacket and a backpack. At one point, the suspect lunges in his direction behind his
right
back.
there.
Moments later, as the victim steps to the edge to look for the
act
train,
like he ain't seeing
he is
him.
shoved to the tracks as the suspect
Look at the
takes
eyes.
off in
Look at the eyes. You can tell something's not right. Yeah, so a lot of times they be in the stations, they be all over sleeping, not getting no sleep, so they be hallucinating and things like that. And that is the area where a lot of people who are dealing with issues is where they rest at, where they be at, where they just chill at, where they get food at. You know, they get around from a lot of people, where they panhandle and stuff like that. So be careful.
to the night.
Push me like this.
German Sabio survived the attack with bruises on his legs. He says the train came to an emergency stop just in time.
You saw the train coming?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think the train was coming onto me.
Wow.
That's the only thing I can imagine that I didn't make it. But thank God the train stopped in a time. I never think this guy was coming behind me.
You didn't see him?
I never saw him.
At all?
No.
Sabio says he was lifted from the tracks by Good Samaritans. He's seen the video, and it's chilling.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing because he tried to do it in the one time, and he didn't do it, and then he went behind me.
It's only the latest in a series of...
Yeah, man.
This
Here's
is
another
the moment
situation.
A man was pushed onto the tracks at a separate
Another
train
man.
station and then run over by a train seconds later. The video shows
Wow.
two men arguing before one of them punches and knocks the other one onto the tracks. The suspect
This
was
is
taken
all
into custody
happening.
and cops are trying to figure out what the relationship was
This
between
is
them.
in
This is the moment a man was
Philly, I
pushed onto the
think.
tracks at a separate train station and then run over by
This is another one. Bond Street. Yeah, so be careful, man, in them subways. Be careful in them subways. A lot of people go through them places, man. So be very, very careful. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Just wanted to chop it up with you for a minute.
This was a prolonged incident that went up and down all around sort of Bond Street station and actually started earlier on in the network. So Cole was quite determined. It speaks for itself. He came down the escalator straight onto the platform and clearly an unprovoked attack pushed the victim onto the tracks without really thinking about it. The victim is extreme.
And that's been happening a lot, man. And some of the stuff haven't been reported. We haven't even been seeing it on the news, but there's a lot of that been going on. So just wanted to say to you guys once again, be careful, much love and respect. Talk to you guys soon. Stay warm. Peace and blessings. D.A.P. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.